Hey everyone, I hope you're doing great. This is ETV My name is Kim Eagle, and today we're going to talk about no weights, no problem. And what I'm talking about is during this pandemic, a lot of people have decided that they're going to work out at home, which is awesome. I'm all about the at-home workout. But what a lot of you might have realized is it is impossible to find weights right now online or even in most of the stores. So a lot of my clients are like, I totally want to do your program, but I don't have any weights right now. Or I totally want to start strength training at home, but I can't find weights anywhere. So I'm going to tell you a couple ways to handle that and how you can change your workouts so that if you have no weights, it is no problem. There are still things you can do to benefit your exercise level right now. Now, if you haven't already checked out the Earn That Body podcast today, it's a good one. A lot of people are like, oh, I've got to listen to that because I have no idea what to do. What to eat before, during, and after the workout. So there's so many different mindsets right now in the health world. Should I eat before I work out? Shouldn't I eat? Do I burn more fat if I don't? Don't follow a lot of those myths out there and find out all those details in this week's Earn That Body podcast, all right? Now, no weights, no problem. I really want you to keep working out at home right now. The COVID pandemic is what it is, and I personally do not think it is safe to go back to a gym. So if at all you can work out at home, you can get some fantastic workouts done at home. And this is what you can do if you don't have weights, or even if you have really light weights and you're trying to get heavier ones, things that you can modify to make the workout a little more intense. The first thing you can do is slow down. So what does that mean? If you have pretty light weights and you know you need heavier weights, all you have to do is slow the move down, whatever that move might be. So say you're doing bicep curls and your weights are on the light side. You know you can go heavier, but you can't buy them right now. All I want you to do is slow the move down. Because as soon as you slow down, even with the lightest weight, even with no weight at all, right now, if I just contract through my biceps and really squeeze all the way down and all the way up and really take that extra time, I can feel a burn already and I don't even have a weight in my hand. So don't be afraid to use a light weight and just slow the move down, whether it's a squat, whether it's a shoulder press, whether it's a bicep curl. Super, super slow. And I promise you, you're going to feel it. You'll see. So don't use the excuse of my weights are too light. It's not going to work. You can do it. Just slow down. And then the next thing you can do is you can take certain moves and you can turn them into what's called pulses. So your weights aren't very heavy, perhaps. So what you can do is instead of going all the way down and all the way up with a bicep curl, you hold it out here and you just do little pulses, little pulses, little pulses. Now, maybe for a minute, you do pulses for a minute, even with a light weight, you're going to feel it. Same thing goes for a squat. Squat halfway down, little pulses. Don't come up for like 30 seconds, you're going to feel it with no weight at all. So taking any move there is, even you could take a shoulder move, pulses right here, up, up, up. Really small, really controlled for that 30 seconds to a minute time frame. Even with the lightest weight or no weight at all, you're going to feel a pulse. So changing the move that little bit with the lighter weight or no weight at all will make a difference when you do those pulses. Another thing you should do is you should try new moves. So if you're always doing this same chest press and you're like, I just don't have heavy enough weights right now to go any heavier, but I want to do something to change my body to keep working, you got to change the move. And so in this picture, you can see I'm holding that weight out in front. I'm squeezing that weight together. And I'm using my chest muscles to do that. It's not your typical way to do a chest move, but when you do chest like that, you use a much lighter weight than if you were doing a chest press. So I'm still activating my chest muscles, the pecs, but I'm doing it in a different way. It's a new move that's going to shock the body right off the bat. Whenever you do a new move, it's going to shock the body. And in this type of move, you're going to use a lighter weight. So it doesn't always require a heavier weight if you don't have it, right? Okay, what's the last one that you can do? Another way to really increase the workout if you don't have heavy weights is to make it a compound exercise. And so what I mean by that is a couple different things. You can put two moves together at the same time. So say you do a lunge and a bicep curl at the same time. you'll probably need a lighter weight because there's a bit of a balance issue. So it's not, when you're nice and stable, you can go a lot heavier on your bicep curl. But now when you're in a lunge position and you're doing the bicep curl, you probably need to lighten that weight. So doing a compound exercise is a great time to use a lighter weight. Another thing is anytime you do a move when you're in a balancing position, you're going to use a lighter weight because you don't have that core standing, balanced, grounded, feet to the ground. And so say you lift one leg up, you could just be lifting one leg up and doing bicep curls. Again, all of a sudden your weight is, shifts, you're using your core more, and you're gonna use a lighter weight and still get an effective workout. And now you're using your core too. So it's not always about how heavy can the weight be, and if I don't have heavy enough weights, should I just not lift weights at all? No, you should definitely keep lifting, but you could try making these changes so that you're still changing your body, because that's the goal, right? You want to get stronger, you want to get more toned, and so you have to shock the body, but it doesn't always have to be with a heavier weight. So that's one thing that you should keep in mind. Another thing is I have some very creative clients out there who have decided to use all kinds of household items for their weights as well. So they use like jugs of milk for their bicep curls. They put water in buckets. I've heard my clients doing everything right now, and I give them so much credit. It is a no excuses time. If you can figure out a way to just find some things around the house that you can also lift, that's fantastic. What about the last one? You don't need weights at all. It's a little easier to get exercise tubes right now online, and I have to tell you, the exercise tubes, they're killer. You can do pretty much every strength move out there with an exercise tube. There's all different levels of exercise tubes. You'll notice that in the different colors, meaning a different color has a different resistance strength. And so some colors are harder than others. So you might get a couple different resistance bands. These are also awesome when you go out of town. No excuses, working out when you're out of town too. So I really like the exercise tubes. You can do everything. You're gonna get a solid workout. And again, it's about continuing the workout, continuing the process, keep changing the body, and don't have any excuses, all right? So an exercise tube is another great way to make sure you are still getting your strength training in. If you have any other questions, you want help with nutrition, weight loss, workout programs online, I do have to say, if you want to work out online, you want to follow a program, you want to follow a class, you want to follow a plan. That is the way that you get the best results. So I have a ton of online workouts. Go to earnthatbody.com, or you can always email me directly, Kim@earnthatbody, and I'm happy to figure out what program I have that will suit your goals. All right, everyone, have a fantastic day. Have a great week. Stay safe, wear your mask, and I will talk to all of you next week on Earn That Body TV. Thanks, everyone.